it'd be fun to talk about between now and Kickstarters?
What?
Jojo.
We did watch a bit of Jojo, didn't we?
Yes?
I would say, so Jer and I have been slowly chewing through part 3 of Jojo.
I've been slowly chewing through Jojo.
Yeah.
And then I get to my new place, and it's a little bit easier to have people over to watch things. And I said, hey, Kyle, do you hey, anyone, you want to just have some watch parties at my place? And so far, Kyle's the only one that's taken me up on it. And it's like, and Kyle's like, well, I could always watch some JoJo. And I'm like, well, I'm like started with part 3. You cool starting? I was like, yes. Okay. So just got to episode 12 of part 3 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders.
Mm-hmm.
And episode 12 is a Joseph-focused episode.
Mm-hmm.
Now, JoJo's part 1 and 2 are pretty good. They're pretty good. Definitely a time investment. Definitely not something I would have kept watching. Definitely not something I would have started watching if so many people in my sphere of influence were just nonstop won't shut up about JoJo. So I toughed it out. And some of the people in my sphere of influence say, no, fuck parts 1 and 2, just skip to 3. I felt like that was the wrong decision. I felt like for me, if I'm going in, I need to go in. I need to do it. I needed to do thing. So I toughed my way through parts 1 and 2 on my own. And now I've got Kyle to watch part 3 with, and boy, is any anime easier to watch with a friend or friends. Anime is way better to watch as a group activity.
I'm definitely of the camp that, like, maybe it's because I've seen everything. I am very critical of the early parts.
Okay.
And I definitely, like, in a lot of cases, I would say no. Like, if it is between not watching JoJo at all and skipping, like, parts 1, 2, and 3, I say skip parts 1, 2, and 3. I even say skip 4.
Many people. Did you see the chart I sent you?
Yes.
here's all 6 parts. Here's okay. Just skip part 1, skip part 2, skip part 3, skip part 4, skip part 5, and skip part 6. Anyway,
which is funny because there's in the manga there's still a 7 and 8, and they're also very self-contained. And from what I hear, amazing. I have not read the latest manga. Well, I haven't read 7 and 8 simply because I've enjoyed the anime so much. But I'm actually kind of wanting to read the manga simply because Araki is actually a master. And I do kind of want to appreciate the drawings.
You know what?
What?
Kyle, what is my favorite art medium?
Comics.
Yeah. What? Okay, that's correct. What specific single classifier of comics?
Indie comics.
Yes, correct. You nailed it. You nailed my puzzle. You solved my riddle. The Sphinx lets you pass. Yes, I love indie comics. And one of the things I really, 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 really love about indie comics is when the art starts off okay and goes up from there.
Mm-hmm.
Iraqi.
Very much, yes, that.
Also, the writing. When the writing starts off pretty okay and just goes up from there. Iraqi. So here I am diving in on parts 1 and 2. Kind of feeling what the fuck, but also kind of feeling, no, this is familiar territory. This is the way.
Distant car alarm.
I can't.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this journey is one that's known to me, and if JoJo was handed to me as an underground nothing that no one had ever heard of, and maybe I saw it on Kickstarter, or, you know, at a con or what have you, and met the artist and be like, oh yeah, it's this little project I'm starting, this is some weird punch men's. I'd probably, like, picked exactly JoJo up, like at issue 1, and said, I'm in. And so the only difference is that JoJo is one of the hugest things that has ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
It is up there in largness. It's extra huge. But if you just kind of, if I, personally me, Jer, Ironoki, if I just get past the fact that it's super larg and just treat it the way that I treat all the other things that I really super love, no problem. This is fine. This is great. And moral of the story is, as of part 3, episode 12, I consider my time investment thus far paid in full. Paid in when Joseph said that one thing, because he didn't need to say it. The arc didn't need that. It was a little teeny tiny little like, oh, by the way, did you watch everything up till now? Here's a little something for you. He did a thing that he did very often in part 2.
Yeah, and it
was just
the
right. It was so perfect, and it was perfectly timed, perfectly placed, subtle, not required. It just goes right in, and it's just he did. Yeah, your next line. He said, your next line will be, and he pulled one of those, and like he hadn't pulled it at all in part 3, and it kind of like forgot that he was the guy from part 2. But episode 12 focuses on him. He does a little bit of Haman. He does his thing. He solves a problem, and gets a your next line in there. And I was like, the return on investment
by this car alarm.
I can't. I don't know if anyone else can hear it. I don't hear it. I think you're fine.
So I've actually.
Yeah. Just to punctuate my point, it's like, as of that line, oh no, they can hear it. That sucks. As of that line, my time investment is paid in full, and it's all profit here on in. I am totally in on JoJo. Totally 100% in on JoJo. Let's go.
So on my stream, I went and pulled up this particular illustration that I really like, that Araki did, and it is.
I don't have a super great way to show your stream. Yeah, just go to check out Kyle's. But most people are on Kyle's side anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So there's a YouTube video out of Araki drawing this, and it's actually one of my favorite
JoJo ass illustration that you are sharing.
Yeah, it is. It is all the main characters from all the main JoJos, and one of my favorite, like, it's one of my favorite like live draws that I have seen, and part of it is because you see Araki's process, which is he's got a big like 16 by 11, I think, piece of paper in front of him. On one side of that piece of paper is a Michelangelo sculpture reference book, and on the other side is a high fashion magazine.
That can't surprise me less.
Yeah. And it was one of those things that really struck me about how artists use reference.
Yo.
Kimmy brings up that I think it's funny how he slims down old JoJos who used to be super beefcakes, and I also I agree, and I think it's kind of like, I almost feel like, because of the times, like, he was probably told he has to be big and muscular. It's like, but I don't want to draw big and muscular. I want to draw lithe and pretty.
Yes, but you draw big and muscular super cool. Right now, Joseph is just definitely my favorite Joestar. Probably because of the old man energy, because I'm real big on the old man energy at this point in my life.
Old Joseph is really good. I even
like young Joseph. I love your next line. It was a great who would win question a while back that was like Kenshiro says you are already dead, but before he says that, Joseph Joestar says, your next line will be, you are already dead. Who says nani first?
I like that. I'd even say like, Joseph's a hard one to beat. I like Giorno a little bit better.
I'm not there yet.
I know.
Yeah.
I like Giorno a little bit better, but he's almost like they are so different as to almost be uncomparable.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway,
yeah.
we need to watch some more JoJo. K Penguin, I would love for you to jump in on it. Like, we'll figure out like a watch time maybe, but like I would love to watch a few more episodes with both Kyle and K Penguin. That would be dope.
That would be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.